This episode of Tech News Day is sponsored by Mugsy Jeans and by ShipStation.
So there was a big Apple event on Tuesday morning, which was also literally right before we filmed this.
We are on the ball.
Very inconsiderate on Apple's part. Come on, Tim. But we are going to try to quickly cover all those big announcements for you. I mean, is there really anything that interesting happening in phones these days?
Well, now there is because they all look like Splinter Cell helmets.
True.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting.
A big leap.
Now, obviously, first off, the big announcements here revolved around the next gen of iPhones, the very colorful iPhone 11. It comes with 2 rear cameras, wide and ultra-wide, and it shoots 4K 60 FPS video and includes a handy built-in photo and video editing software suite.
All that 4K 60 FPS capability that no one will ever be able to see properly. Well, not ever, but...
You can do slow motion.
Yeah. It's
slow motion.
It's something that's not going to be widely adopted for years.
Yeah.
Still to this day, as far as like being able to send it to someone and them watching it on their fucking 4K TV. So you're just sending it to another iPhone user who's going to be like, wow, that looks impressive.
I think eventually the phones will all have 4K displays, and then we'll finally be there. It'll be like 2 or 3 years from now. But yeah, the video editing options there are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Throw your computer in the ocean. You don't need it anymore. You can cut those vlogs on the bus.
Perfect. Well, the ultra-wide camera captures images 4 times wider than previous iPhone models, and the camera includes a new night mode for shooting vibrant, colorful photos in low light. This works the same as other night modes, like on the Google Pixel, which also their thing leaked right before Apple, coincidentally, and they have their night mode now includes a mode where you can shoot the stars and get those cool galaxy pictures like people have online.
Yeah.
So
that event's not till October, but I'm pretty excited about it. And we're going to find it all out before then anyway.
They just leak everything nonstop. I think the major leaks from Google was because the back camera looked the same and they wanted to get it out there before the iPhone did.
Yeah, it's probably on purpose.
But that night mode takes multiple photos quickly and then just layers them on top of one another to reduce the noise.
Yeah, I've used it a lot, and
it's actually great
feature.
outside of like night mode. If you're indoors or anything and it's not perfect sunlight, it's great to use.
Yeah.
So they've also added a 120 FPS option for taking slow-mo selfies, and they're calling this the toughest iPhone yet, with strengthened front and back glass and water resistance up to 2 meters for up to half an hour.
Take it in the pool.
Yeah, but only do it when you're snorkeling, because you're going to have to come back up for air. Scuba, too long. Fast charging means the iPhone 11 will charge half its battery in just 30 minutes. This is my favorite part of all new phones.
Yeah, that's the only feature that matters to me. It's just like, I don't want to freak the fuck out and be like, oh God.
And then have to sit for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's great. The all-day battery can supposedly play up to 17 straight hours of video on one full charge, which is huge because that's the thing that everyone has been wanting for years on these phones. As the phones develop and get more technologically advanced, the battery suffers, and that's the major problem that everyone has with it. Is it's like, I don't care that the phone weighs 5.5 grams less. Just let me have it on for a longer time. So thank you, Apple, for this. Google could learn something. Starts out strong, tapers off a bit.
That's like all phones, though. Like lithium batteries, when you're using them 24 hours a day.
Yeah. Degradation is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, the iPhone 11, it starts at $699 for 64 gigs of storage. It goes up to $849 if you want 250 gigs of storage. But Elliot disagrees with me when I say that everything is stored on the cloud, and my phone, I'm perfectly happy with my, I think I have 64 gigs, but you have the bigger one.
I think 64 is probably fine. I have 128, just like, I had a really bad experience a few years back with a 16 gig phone where I was just constantly having to like move shit, delete apps and stuff, and I told myself, I'm like, never again. I'm going to buy the biggest storage available next time.
Well,
and
maybe
I did.
If you would delete your entire discography of Talking Heads FLAC files, you might free up some room.
I need to hear all, you laugh, but when you listen to those FLAC files, you can hear everything. I do not have FLAC files.
Okay.
But I do have my entire Spotify library saved offline for going on planes and going on long drives. I think
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. But in addition to that normie iPhone 11.
But for the poor people.
The poor iPhone 11 for the poors.
Yeah.
There's also now an iPhone 11 Pro, professionals only, and an iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Wow.
For people whose professionalism is at its maximum. Now, unlike the standard 11, which has a 6.1-inch 1792 by 828 LED screen, The iPhone 11 Pro comes in 5.8 inches, and the Pro Max has a 6.5-inch screen. In both cases, the resolution is much higher, 2436 by 1125 and 2688 by 1242. And the screen is HDR OLED rather than just LED. It's hard to tell looking at this on a presentation or an ad, but I imagine it's a very lush, beautiful screen with very deep blacks.
Yeah.
But who knows? Now, the biggest difference, though, is that while the standard iPhone 11 camera is good with its 2 lenses, the iPhone 11 Pro camera is crazy good. 3 lenses instead of 2. It offers wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto for snooping from far away.
Yeah.
The UI for shooting video is clearly aimed at professionals, and when you shoot, you have the option of recording from 2 cameras at once to get both a wide shot and a close-up simultaneously. That's pretty cool. I figure it's got to be useful for someone. And based off what they showed off, this is a very good camera that takes very good photos and videos, and it's not hard to see aspiring filmmakers on a tight budget or vloggers using this to shoot their projects.
I think that the thing that you're wondering for the test case for that would be good for vloggers because, as we all know, there's a lot of cuts in vlogger videos, and it's very simple to have both things, but have a high quality punch in. So if you stumble over your words or something like that, you punch in and it looks just as good as it would if you, or better than it would if you just cropped it or something. Like that. Now, meanwhile, the Pro is better in other ways as well. Better battery life, water resistance up to 4 meters instead of 2 meters.
Get out the scuba gear.
A stainless steel body instead of aluminum, and bigger capacity options going up to 512 gigs. So yeah, if you're
shooting a lot of
like
4K video, yeah, you're gonna want some space.
At least till you move it away. But that's a lot of footage.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of footage. There's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Each bit of it. At the absolute bare minimum, the iPhone 11 Pro will cost you $1,000. That gets you the 5.8-inch screen and 64 gigs of storage, or go wild with the larger 6.5-inch screen and 512 gigs of storage for $1,500.
But that's like having a computer and a DSLR in your pocket. And you can go swimming with it.
You're going to want those earpods so everyone knows.
Obviously, you're going to want the AirPods so that when the phone's in your pocket, people know that you're a bad enough dude.
You know what would be a great feature is if the iPhone itself was a wireless charger that you could put the pods on and charge them.
Wow.
Thinking outside the box.
That's a free one, Tim.
Tim, replace Mickey Mouse with me. I want to be your best friend now.
Look at him go.
Making up all these ideas. Neither of us are going to buy this thing.
No.
We're Android boys. The one thing that they did mention about Android is that the new chip in the iPhone is apparently, they say future-proof, but then they said that it's going to outperform Android phones, any Android phone on the market for 2 years, which isn't future-proof, but 2 years is 2 years. That's a phone cycle for most people.
That's most people's cycle.
We would be lying if we said that we didn't want to at least mess around with this camera. It looks incredible. Meanwhile, there's also a new entry-level 7th-gen iPad with a screen that's half an inch bigger than its previous model, and it starts at only $329, which kind of like...
That's a great deal. That's crazy.
Now your parents' Christmas shopping is checked off the list. There you go. They're going to think you're rich as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, $329 is still a lot of money, but
compared to when the iPad first came out, it was...
$500?
I think even higher. It was prohibitively expensive.
Anyways, that iPad, it's compatible with the Smart Keyboard, and if you want to go wild again with more money, the Apple Pencil.
You're going to want the Apple.
The most prohibitively expensive writing utensil in the world. Well, no, there's pens more expensive. Sorry, everyone. And with the launch of iPad OS announced for September 30th, Apple is clearly marketing the iPad as an affordable laptop alternative for people whose computing needs aren't that complex. And we couldn't care less about the Apple Watch, but they talked about it. Next one, it somehow features an always-on display that lasts 18 hours, so that's pretty cool. It's
just always on.
Another thing that the Pixel has. It has the screen that always displays information on it, but still being black.
Yeah.
And that lasts for a while. So, I mean, it's cool for a watch.
Turn it off.
It's cool for a watch.
Apple TV, which is Apple's new answer to Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and all the other services that are coming to take your money. It got a launch date of November 1st and a price tag, just $4.99 a month, which is cheaper than Netflix and cheaper than Disney.
Wow.
If you buy a new iPhone, iPad, or Apple TV, you will get a whole year of Apple TV Plus for free, which is Pretty cool. Apple TV Plus accounts can also be shared by up to 6 family members. Nice. Now, as for what the $4.99 price tag gets you, though, it looks like membership will consist solely of Apple originals, many of which, to be fair, look very good. But not having a huge back catalog at launch, like on every other service, probably going to be a deal breaker for people who are having to choose between services. If you're buying a new Apple device and get Apple TV Plus for free, that's great. Let us know. But otherwise, it's probably worth waiting at least a year for more content to show up. Luckily, it sounds like Apple's investing a crazy amount of money into populating their content library in the coming months. I think they're spending like $6 billion this year on content.
I'll probably never get it, but it's still going to need that standout show that people watch and rave about to get people to sign up for it if they're not getting it for free.
A few of the launch titles look really good, and if they end up actually being good, I might just drop like a 1-month membership on it, binge it all, and then cancel.
You know what would be great is bundling it with fucking Apple Music, which is a really decent competitor to Spotify.
Yeah, I don't think they announced any sort of bundle, but yeah, that would be smart.
Yeah. Gaming news from Apple.
What's up, gamers?
Apple Arcade, which was announced earlier this year, was announced to be launching in 150 countries on September 19th for $4.99 a month with a 1-month free trial at launch, and it's going to be launching with more than 100 games in its library. Apple Arcade is basically Netflix-type service for high-quality iOS games from major developers with no ads or microtransactions or always online requirements, which is a bold move.
Yeah, it's mobile games without everything you hate about mobile games.
Yeah, it's obviously geared towards a casual mobile gamer audience, and for those people, this should be fairly exciting. It's easy to scoff at mobile games in general, but most of the problems with the mobile game landscape stem from the fact that it's way easier and cheaper to develop shitty mobile games full of ads and microtransactions than it is to make actual good games that people are just going to spend money on once.
Yeah.
And won't have a continued revenue stream for the company.
There's some good games out there. They're usually the ones that cost $5. And there's just not a lot of money in that. Yeah.
Apple Arcade basically subsidizes good, non-cynical mobile game development, and it should be cool to see how much this manages to catch on. I saw Chucklefish made a game for it.
There's a new Sonic game in there.
The people behind Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
They have a new game coming out.
Yeah, the
Frogger's on it.
Yeah, a new Frogger featuring a giant baby. The people who made Monument Valley have at least one game on there. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough. That's enough Apple news. And the Google event's happening in October. It'll be very interesting to see what they've got.
We'll already know everything about it.
If you're on the fence, maybe wait a month. See what the other team has going on. But
if you own an iPhone, you're gonna get the new iPhone.
I'm locked in.
If you're going to upgrade, you don't have to buy it. Please don't if you can't afford it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the iPhone X and all of its variants, still very good phones.
Yeah.
Like we're getting to this point where there's no real reason.
The thing that sticks out to me is the battery life.
Yeah.
That's the biggest selling point for a normal consumer, because all of these additions with the cameras and stuff, you're going to have a lot of hype beasts that want it just for the cameras. But then typically, I'd say 80% of the population isn't going to utilize these features to their fullest extent. So there's really no reason to upgrade.
Yeah.
And that goes for Google phones and Samsung phones as well. Like, we're not just hating on Apple. It's just like, these days you don't really need to upgrade until you need to upgrade.
Yeah.
So don't do it if you can't afford it.
You can really drive a phone into the dirt.
Really cool that Apple came out with those credit cards right before the new iPhone.
Hey guys, with swipe.
Yeah.
Come on. Mm-hmm. Anyways, moving on to other news. Nowadays, it feels like anytime you hand over any of your personal data, it's all but guaranteed that the data is going to immediately or eventually end up in the hands of people that are going to sell that information to the highest bidder. Mm-hmm. This is true of pretty much any free website out there, but thanks to some journalism by Motherboard last week, it turns out it's also true for the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles.
It just got worse. How? How do they keep doing it?
I'm going to the DMV tomorrow because I need to get my real ID.
Oh, yeah.
Very soon.
So you can fly.
Yeah. DMVs are run at the state level, obviously, and Motherboard wasn't able to check on every single one of them. But they were able to confirm that Wisconsin, South Carolina, Florida, Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, Texas, Rhode Island, and Indiana all do this, and probably a lot more.
Yeah, you would expect.
And many more.
So you register your vehicle or you renew your driver's license, and the DMV turns around and just sells some combination of your name, address, date of birth, phone number, or email address. Who are these DMVs selling your information to? Well, it turns out a lot of private investigators, plus credit monitoring companies like Experian and LexisNexis, a company mostly for lawyers to look up legal documents and government records, and in at least one case, a bail bonds company. Now, these records are sold for as low as 1 cent each, but it adds up big for these DMVs because there's a lot of people in these states. The Rhode Island DMV made $384,000 selling data between 2015 and 2019, and damn it, still couldn't hire 1 or 2 more people to run those windows and get people out of there faster.
Yep.
Wisconsin pulled in over $17 million in 2018 alone. Fuck. Florida made $77 million off DMV data in 2017. Well, that's a lot of crime in Florida, so
Yeah.
you're gonna need those records.
They need it.
So the motivation here is obviously to make money, especially since DMV budgets are typically underfunded. And we all gave them a pass for a while knowing that, saying, well, I gotta be here for a couple hours, but everyone has to deal with it, and these people don't look happy, and the building's old and drabby, so they're probably not a lot of money. Meanwhile, all the Rhode Island and Florida DMV operators are sipping Mai Tais out at a cabana.
Thing is, they're probably not. They're probably just breaking even. The government, like the state governments cut their budgets so low, they're like, I don't know, you figure it out. And they're like, well, this sucks, but data is money, and we got a lot of data, so let's just, maybe we sell a little bit of data. It's fine. Come on.
Anyways, yeah, in fairness, they are practical, non-creepy reasons for sharing this data. The most obvious one being vehicle manufacturer recall notices. But the private investigator side of things, it's kind of creepy. Many of the ones buying DMV data explicitly advertising that they'll surveil people's spouses and see if they're cheating, which is often just a way for abusive spouses to track down their victims after they manage to make it out.
Yeah. This is all legal, by the way. Ironically, thanks to the 1994 Driver's Privacy Protection Act, DPPA was enacted in direct response to a stalker using a private investigator to track down a famous actress using DMV records and then murder her. Congress's response to that was to restrict access to DMV data, but with exceptions, including private investigators. So yeah, their solution in response to a horrific murder was a law that would have in no way prevented that horrific murder. Great fucking job.
Woo, let's go.
Stalkers and abusers who employ private investigators have a good friend in the DMV. And multiple DMVs that Motherboard reached out to flat out admitted that access to their data has been abused in the past, and they've had to cut off access to certain parties requesting it. So that's great. Anyway, luckily, following Motherboard's report, various Congress members and privacy experts are calling for the 1994 DPPA to be updated to modern privacy standards.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We didn't really have internet. 94 was a long time ago. Things have changed. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Well, and if the Righteous Gemstones is to be believed, you can also get traffic light data from the DMV. But that's a fictional show.
I don't know.
You haven't seen that episode yet?
No.
Well, sorry for the spoiler. It's not really that big of a deal. It's a great show, though. You should watch it. Speaking of personal data being abused, we've got some Facebook news coming up for you. But first, it's time to do some sponsored ad reads, starting with Mugsy Jeans. Big thanks to our sponsors this week. Mugsy Jeans, they are the most comfortable men's jeans ever made. Mugsy Jeans are real jeans that feel as comfortable as sweatpants. The magic is in the fabrics, which include a blend of high-tech materials that make these jeans mind-blowingly soft and flexible. Best of all, Mugsies, they come in stylish fits that aren't too baggy, but also not too tight, so you look even better than you feel. If you're jealous of seeing girls walking around in sweatpants and getting away with it, now it's your turn to feel like you're in sweatpants.
Why should ladies have all the comfort?
But look good doing it.
If you want comfortable jeans that look good, Mugsy jeans are for you. The folks at Mugsy are so confident that you'll love them that they offer free USA shipping and returns, so your comfort is 100% guaranteed. Do your legs a favor, grab your own pair of the jeans that are sweeping the nation by heading to Mugsy.com, that's MUGSY, and use promo code NEWSDAY for $10 off. Again, that is Mugsy.com, and use the code NEWSDAY for $10 off.
This episode is also sponsored by ShipStation. When you're selling online, getting your orders, it can be a real pain. It's time-consuming, expensive, and there's so many carriers to choose from. How do you know that you're making the best choice? And that is why you need ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. ShipStation gets your orders out quickly, it saves you money on shipping costs, and keeps your customers happy. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own website, ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface, making them easy to manage from any device, including your phone.
ShipStation even offers big discounts on shipping costs. Now, any business can access the same postage discounts that are usually reserved for large Fortune 500 companies. You'll always know you're getting the best deal. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. You'll ship more in less time with the best rates available. Right now, our viewers can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the promo code NEWSDAY. There's absolutely no risk. You can start your free trial without even entering your credit card info. Just visit ShipStation.com. Click the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in NEWSDAY. That's ShipStation.com, promo code NEWSDAY. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
Ship happens.
That's their actual tagline.
Nice. Anyways, on to that Facebook news. They launched their dating service in the US this week. So if you get off on the thrill of danger, this may be the dating service for you. And also, if you just want all of your potential suitors, potential relationships to be tightly knit with your close friends and family at all times.
Well, no, not exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, blow my mind, Facebook.
It is for people like, oh yeah, I see a fellow lover of danger. Only the wildest men and women are on Facebook dating.
Basically, from the looks of it, it's just a dating service built into the Facebook mobile app, but it's a separate service from Facebook, meaning that when you opt into Facebook dating, you're creating a whole separate profile, okay, good, that isn't visible to your Facebook friends. In fact, you won't even be matched with Facebook friends within the dating app, which one executive at Infidelity app, Ashley Madison, says makes Facebook dating their competition. Which is also weird because then it's like, I mean, what if you want to match with someone that you know
There's
that you know
a way
is single?
to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ashley Madison's chief strategy officer pointed out to the website Insider that thanks to the fact that your friends won't see you on there unless you want them to, and you can hide any existing relationship status from your real Facebook profile, this is a great new dating service for people looking to cheat on their partners.
Oh, good, Facebook.
You can even preemptively block certain Facebook users from ever being able to see your dating profile without blocking them on Facebook or Instagram. So, off to the races. To be fair, though, people lie about their relationship status on other dating apps all the damn time. So, whatever. Also, if you do in fact want to date your Facebook friends, there's a handy feature called Secret Crush that lets you add up to 9 friends or Instagram followers to a list. And if any of those people add you to their Secret Crush list, Facebook will let you both know.
Wow.
Thanks, Mark.
We went from friends to friends with benefits.
Oh, cool. We're both on our Secret Crush list. Well,
let's fuck.
How many other people were on that list? Oh, you used all 9 slots. Where was my ranking on the slots?
Facebook has, they've gone above and beyond MySpace with the top 9.
Yeah. I can't wait for this data to get leaked. It's gonna fucking embarrass so many people.
Yeah.
It was just a joke. I put it on there as a joke.
Be sure to not do this.
This is all just like a honey trap.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Anyway, we do have to give some credit to the safety feature that allows you to notify a trusted friend about when and where you'll be going on a date, because there are some real psychos out there. That's obviously a feature mostly for the ladies, and that's good and smart. So,
yeah, in general, though, if you're signing up for Facebook dating after all the various multitudes of data privacy scandals that Facebook has had, you're probably not a very smart person, but maybe that's the type of person you're looking for.
Yeah.
I want to find an idiot.
I want to find someone who's dumb, who likes to take risks.
Yeah.
Who's ready to, just risk it all.
I am young, dumb, and full of cum. Let's get on Facebook dating.
Yeah. That should be their official motto.
But here's another word of warning. Just last week, a massive set of Facebook data was found to be sitting on a server fully exposed without a password.
Fully exposed.
The server contained more than 419 million records, including 133 million records of US-based users. The data itself included Facebook profile ID numbers along with phone numbers and sometimes names, genders, and locations. Even without names, with Facebook ID numbers, it's very easy, obviously, to find the person's actual profile. Facebook stopped allowing access to users' phone numbers over a year ago, so this data is believed to be pretty old. But that doesn't really matter if your phone number hasn't changed in a long time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Facebook is facing increasing scrutiny from a bipartisan coalition of state attorneys general who are very eager to investigate whether Facebook is violating any antitrust laws. This is in addition to existing antitrust investigations from the FTC and Department of Justice.
And speaking of antitrust investigations, Facebook's not alone on that front.
Nope.
They're all in trouble. Google now has the attorneys general of 48 states plus DC and Puerto Rico pushing for an antitrust investigation into whether Google engages in anti-competitive practices. Now, California and Alabama are notably not involved here, which is pretty sus considering that Google is headquartered here in California and Google's been building a huge $600 million data center in Alabama. Conflict of interest. Fuck. But, with or without them, Google and Facebook plus Apple and Amazon are all dealing with a whole lot of government scrutiny right now. And thankfully, the New York Times has a very handy page that they regularly update that sums up all of the various antitrust probes that these companies are currently dealing with, including last week's $170 million settlement between Google and the FTC over child privacy violations.
All this makes me think of is like you would have to have an entire room dedicated in your house to like printing out newspaper and news articles to understand just how much you're getting fucked every day.
Yeah.
And like
it's a full-time job.
I walked into my reminder room today to remember that I'm getting fucked on all fronts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just keep all your sex toys in there. That's my dungeon.
That's where I take my ladies after on the third Facebook dating date. They come and see my antitrust dungeon.
50 Shades of Antitrust.
Yeah. Who can you trust?
Anyways, the previous case, it centers around the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA, which bans the collection of data from children under 13 without their parents' consent, in this case via tracking cookies on YouTube and delivering targeted ads. Child privacy advocates rightfully see the $170 million fine as a drop in the bucket compared to how much money Google was able to make off of all this data. But at the very least, it sounds like YouTube is now being forced to be somewhat proactive about following the law. COPPA is considered by many to be an excessively vague and unenforceable law, but in the case of websites like YouTube that clearly target children, they at least need to make an effort. And that apparently includes developing a system to identify content aimed at young children and turning off tracking for those videos. They'll also be requiring YouTube channels to check a box if their videos are targeted at kids. And channels that lie about that could get in trouble with the FTC themselves.
Which is totally going to happen, and I cannot fucking wait for the first, creepy toy channel
it's
to be like, what? No, toys are for... A lot of adults are buying toys. I wouldn't say it's a kid's channel.
The best part about that is it's going to take years for whatever person gets fucked by this to get fucked by it.
Yeah.
But they're going to have, because it went on for so long, it's 5 years of just complete FTC violations.
I don't know how, I don't know, because the FTC, they're very much on the case here. I don't know how lazy they're going to be. And
but individual users, that's a lot of shit to crack.
Because individual users are probably going to at least try to skirt around this, because kids' videos will now no longer have targeted ads. They'll still have normal ads, but the targeted ads, I believe, pay a lot better. So, yeah.
Better to just keep it open for everyone?
What do you mean?
Don't check the box.
Well... yeah, you make more money if you have the targeted ads.
So it's up to YouTube's discretion to what videos are specifically...
They say that they're developing a fucking AI algorithm that's supposed to be able to detect when toys are on screen or something, which...
we used to have to wait 30 seconds to say fuck to get not demonetized. Now we're going to say it right at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
So they don't think our video's for children.
It's YouTube, it's just wow, having robots run this website for the last 5 years has really been a fucking mess. But you know what would fix that?
More.
A few more robots.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a company. What a company.
Ugh.
Anyways, in other news of big companies getting in trouble with the law, here's on a smaller scale, T-Mobile and its subsidiary Metro have been sued by the city of New York for some allegedly very shady business practices. New York City claims that during a year-long investigation, they obtained evidence that in at least 21 instances, used phones were sold to consumers who paid for new ones. Bad. They also claimed that when some stores sold phones at a discount, the tax added to the purchase was for the pre-discount price. Shady.
Yeah.
And most egregiously, they say that Metro's website advertises a 30-day return guarantee. But in the fine print, it says they only offer a 7-day return policy on in-store purchases, despite Metro not even selling phones on their website, only in stores.
They got you.
You sons of bitches. This is in addition to various other claims of hidden fees and overcharging, so get their ass, NYC.
Yeah.
Not cool, Metro.
Well,
not cool, John Leisure.
Fucking John. Maybe you spend a little more time monitoring your business and a little less time
on your
slow cooking on Sundays. Well, speaking of phones, Samsung actually ended up releasing their newfangled Galaxy Fold this week. In Korea, at least. And this is, of course, after they totally botched the original release back in April. Give it to a country that treats their purchases with more care than Americans.
Yes. Here's your phone, sir.
Now, as you recall, this groundbreaking foldable phone/tablet hybrid was about to be released, but then multiple product reviewers in the U.S. reported that their tester devices stopped working after just a day or so. There's currently no official US release date, though Samsung says it'll be out within the next few weeks. Meanwhile, lots of US reviewers have gotten their hands on it, and it sounds like at least the most glaring design issues have been fixed.
They America-proofed it.
The folding mechanism is now way more airtight to prevent dust from getting onto the screen, and the screen protector layer that several reviewers accidentally removed because they didn't realize it was meant to be permanent, it's now completely tucked underneath the bezel. Of course, it's still yet to be seen whether this thing can hold up long term or if anyone will buy it, especially when you're paying $2,000 for it. But it looks cool.
It's a great party trick. Like,
wow.
Whoa, you see that?
You're rich.
They also said like it's like noticeably like harder to open now. Like they just added a bunch of like weight to it, so it's like you have to open it way more slowly. You can't just slam it shut.
At this point, they're just trying to like cut their losses on this
Yeah.
specific model until they can start developing the next one. So.
Yeah. So if any of you are actually planning on buying this
Don't.
fucking thing, well, don't. But if you do, let us know.
Yeah, let us know how it is.
And finally, here's some great news for all the real gamers out there.
That's you. Only real gamers watch this show.
The real gamers who unfortunately either cannot afford the $30,000 Acer Predator Thronos gaming chair or can afford it but don't have room in their homes for it. Oh, what's that? You don't know about the Thronos? Well, sit back in your shitty chair. Let me tell you about it. Last year, Acer showed off the Thronos, the pinnacle of gamer chairs, which is actually more of a cockpit. They showed this off at various conventions, and unlike most companies who would do something like this just for convention hype, they actually started selling it. Now, if you're only listening to audio of this episode, we are sorry. You're just going to have to look this up yourselves for the full effect. The Thronos is not only a reclining gaming chair with vibrating haptic feedback, it is also a 3-monitor display that hangs over the top of the chair, and that huge display arm electronically moves out of the way along with the keyboard and mouse tray at the push of a button for when you really need to get up and pour yourself another G Fuel. Plus, of course, a shitload of LED lights all over the damn thing.
This is like the gamer chair version of a concept car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except it's real.
Yeah.
And you can own it today.
Does Ninja have it?
No.
He doesn't have it.
I assume Ninja just sits on a stool.
You're probably right.
Like, Ninja, you have so much money. Spend some of it.
No. Now, at $30,000, this is, of course, prohibitively expensive for not just most people, almost everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, that price also includes a very beefy Predator Orion 9000 desktop PC, plus keyboard, mouse, headset, and, of course, the 3 curved displays. Still, though, according to Acer, a lot of people who actually were down to drop the $30K couldn't because the thing weighs over 700 pounds and therefore must be installed on the ground floor of a household, and that requires enough space on your ground floor to fit this 8-foot by 8-foot behemoth.
Yeah, can't be on the second floor, can't be in an apartment.
Anyone buying this is single anyway, so no one's going to complain.
Yeah.
Acer has now come out with the Predator Thronos Air, which starts at just $14,000, so affordable for everyone.
Yeah.
PC and peripherals, though, not included. But it weighs 25% less.
It's not going to go crashing through your floor to kill you.
Yeah, it no longer features the motorized arm to move... Then why are we buying this? It doesn't feature the motorized stuff to get out of my way?
No, you're going to have to manually...
Then I'll have
not
to
as cool.
Tell my butler to move it out of the way like I usually do.
Butler?
Ding, 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 ding. I'd like some G Fuel, please. So none of that comes with it.
The chair is a massage chair.
It's a massage chair, though.
You can get a nice rub down. You're gaming a long time. It's bad for your back, bad for your neck. As ergonomic as this chair is, you still might want a little bit of relief sometime. And it offers a massage. And presumably, you press one of the buttons and a little robot head comes up the front and sucks your dick.
Yeah.
It gives you a nice
But that's what the butler's for. Massages and dick sucking.
Yeah, it's not gay if it's your butler.
Well, if you were looking for an affordable alternative to the Thronos, there's the cheap version.
There you go.
Good luck.
The Thronos Air. We did it, gamers.
Yeah, let us know how the chair feels when you're sitting in it and playing with your Samsung Fold and your new iPhone, and you're all rich.
All of you are very rich.
Speaking of being rich, we have a Patreon that you can support us on. If you love the show and you want to
for the cost of
going,
less than a percentage of a Thronos gaming chair,
exactly,
you can support us on Patreon and get access to our podcast.
Patreon link below, and if you go there and sign up for the Patreon, you're going to get access to all of our exclusive Patreon podcasts. So make sure that you check that out. Also, if you're a YouTube member, it's in the community tab. But be sure to check out our 2 most recent videos here. We have a brand new episode of Weekly Weird News where Jacob Wall might finally be going to prison for his many crimes.
We'll see.
And also a new episode with gaming news about how EA is a world record holder.
They did it.
We salute you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.